Let's talk about John Wall. I think, what, 2 years, $91 million of the team so far. Been looking for a trade partner, been unsuccessful to this point. John Wall stated that he wants to help. I'm sure, sitting at the crib, not being able to do what you love, it's got to be frustrating for any human being. Are the Rockets making the right decision now? Because there's been a lot of different reports out there that he wants to be a starter. He said that was cap. Are the Rockets doing the right thing now by just letting him sit and fester, or should they give him a look with this squad?
Okay, this is like one of those things that's really not talked about when you age out of a team's programming, and that's where John Wall is. It was where Melo was a few years ago, where this team is young, right? They brung you in because the team was a little older and they were trying to make some noise in the playoffs, right? Everyone left. James Harden left. PJ Tucker left. The pieces left. You're still there during rebuilding time. Well, we have 3, 4 guards in that position. 1, 2, 3, right? I need them to play. So the fact that you're gonna be averaging 21 and 11, 21 and 10 is not gonna help the record, and it's definitely not gonna help the product that I'm trying to get fast forward for the future. So they're in a bad situation with John, because if John was playing, yes, John is gonna average 20 and 10. Right? You got shooters, you got young kids who's gonna run up and down. Stats is gonna be nice. But that doesn't help them for the future. So they need their young guys, the Porter, the Guap, and Jalen. You need those guys, Kenyon Martin Jr., you need those guys to really learn how to play. And with John Wall running the point, that won't happen. So the best thing for them to do was to bench him or try to trade him.
But even in a reserve role, you can't see him playing, 15, 20 minutes a game?
You can't stop a star from being a star. You can't stop a dominant guy from being dominant. You know what I mean? You got to remember, with John Wall, we're going to be 13, 14, 15. Without him, 13, 14, 15 for sure. But those guys get 46 minutes a night to learn how to be. You got to remember, once you start rebuilding, now it's getting those young players to turn over faster. So I need them to learn, go out there and make mistakes. So I wouldn't need a John Wall sitting there controlling, making everything, and he's making the mistakes. I need those guys to really, really get in there, get in that fire and learn how to swim on their own.
So if you're John Wall, how are you handling that type of situation? You're around the facility.
I'm pretty sure this is probably the most frustrated part of his career and will be going forward. He just got to be a professional. Just, work out, train, stay engaged. Just understand this is just part of it. This is no different than trying to steal a position from another player, or battling for a position, or battling and trying to get there. This is more of a mental battle right now where you have to stay engaged. You can't lose hope. You got to be a professional. You got to be a veteran. That's the role you're in right now. Just trying to lead by example of, being a professional.
I mean, you think it's right that the Rockets are able to essentially hold him hostage now? You got a guy who wants to play. I'm making millions and millions and millions of dollars on the books. Is it realistic to think that anybody's going to want that trade? I mean, we're seeing a similar situation with Ben Simmons. Like, I'm not going to trade for something that I haven't even get to see what it's worth.
I don't even know if trading, I'm pretty sure if they can trade him for some more young pieces, they would. It's just who's willing to give up young pieces. Yeah. So there's only a few situations that John Wall can actually go into. You can't go into no bottom feeding team because that's all young. Now you're talking about a middle of the road team, right? That just needs one more player to help them boost up. So that's New York Knicks, which could possibly be a trade now that they bench Kemba. New Jersey, Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn Nets, since Kyrie's not playing, they can probably, try to get, another power guard into there. Boston, maybe. Denver.
Would you say you trade John Wall for Kyrie?
No.
Okay, I was wondering. What if Kyrie's like, I'm not playing? Like,
no, it's not trade for him. It's trade, because you got to remember, whoever Houston's taking back won't be a vet. They're not looking for veterans. They're going to be looking for more young pieces. So if they got their 1, 2, 3s, they're looking for 4, 5s that can add, that can grow. Because you got to remember that team is basically 18 to 22. 18, 23. So they have to fill in positions there. So, him going to teams that has a chance to win. Because other than that, so basically 75% of the NBA is cut out of this trade for John Wall.